All right, so time to tee up now the Supreme Court weighing a case in Alaska over a pilot's plane being seized. And we've got Peter Charalambous here who's following this case. Peter, it is good to see you. So let's talk about the basis for this. I mean, is this really over a six-pack of beer?
Yeah, Gio, remarkably, it is about this. It's coming back to this idea of whether it's fair to confiscate a pilot's plane because he was complicit in trying to fly a six-pack of beer to a remote Alaskan village where they designated themselves to be a dry town. So this actually goes back to 2012. The pilot, Ken Jupi, was flying to this town of Beaver, Alaska, which designated themselves to be a dry village because of the possibility of alcohol abuse. One of his passengers was traveling back to the village with a gift for her husband, a few cases of Budweiser, but ultimately state troopers found that on the plane and prohibited them from taking off. Both the passenger and the pilot had spent 3 days in prison, also had to pay a $1,500 fine. But the state of Alaska wants to take it even further. They've been trying over the last decade to confiscate this plane, arguing that under Alaskan state law, they're allowed to do that because the plane was part of this effort to smuggle alcohol into this town. Ken, at this point, has been fighting it for the last decade. And yesterday we heard that the Supreme Court was willing to take up his case.
Peter, people are also asking about excessive fines clauses. What is that?
So this is a key provision of the Eighth Amendment. It basically prohibits states from imposing overly harsh fines or civil forfeiture. And while this has been a part of common law for, at this point, centuries, going all the way back to the Magna Carta, the Supreme Court hasn't really defined what an excessive fine is. The closest they got to that was in 1998, where they basically said that a fine should be proportional to the gravity of the offense. Again, a few years later, in 2019, the Supreme Court weighed in again, affirming this idea that this clause applies to local and state governments as well. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg at the time writing that this is important in part because an excessive fine can undermine other constitutional rights.
People are also searching what is forbidden by the Eighth Amendment.
So the Eighth Amendment really covers three fundamental things. There's the excessive fines, which we've just talked about. There's also excessive bail, and the more commonly known element, this idea of preventing cruel and unusual punishment. And ever since the ratification of the Bill of Rights, there's been a push and pull about what exactly each of those mean. In this case, we're getting a better understanding of the excessive fine part of it.
What impact will this case have on any future case?
Yeah, I mean, you might be looking at this and telling yourself, well, I'm not a bush pilot, I'm not smuggling beer into a remote Alaskan town. But this case can have sweeping ramifications because civil forfeiture has become an increasingly common thing used by state and local governments to bankroll other parts of government, collecting billions of dollars of fines to pay for other budgets. And an example of this, for example, let's say you're having your family over at a house you own. Let's say one of those family members commits some kind of crime, something as small as buying a gram of marijuana, for example. There have been cases over the last 10 years where local governments have tried to seize the property owner's house over that offense, over something they didn't even know happened. We've literally seen elderly people's homes taken from them because of this interpretation of what an excessive fine is. So we're going to get some clarity finally from the Supreme Court about what exactly this means, and hopefully that clarity should lessen the possibility for government abuse.
A fascinating case. Peter, thank you so much for breaking it down for us. We appreciate it.